President David Granger has made it clear that no politician, at least under this new dispensation, gives operational directions to the Guyana Police Force and the Guyana Defense Force. The head of state was at the time responding to questions days after the horrific death of a GDF officer and two others. It is reported that the GDF officer and others lost their lives during a reported high-speed chase. The officer, Robert Pyle, was reportedly conducting surveillance on the home of Nissil Head, Winston Brassington. The People's Progressive Party is accusing the government of exploiting the security forces for political purposes. The head of state has dismissed those claims.
As far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, the SOCU is conducting some investigations, and it is assumed that the request may have come from the police force to the defense force.
Was the government briefed on the operations?
We are aware that an operation was taking place, but we don't get involved in the detailed operational use of the two forces. The operational use of the police force is responsibility is vested in the commissioner, and operational use of the defense force is vested in the chief of staff. And this is specifically prescribed by the Police Act and the Defense Act, respectively. So we don't, no politician gets involved in giving directives, operational directives to the chief of staff or the commissioner.
The defense headquarters issued a statement saying that it is quite normal for the Guyana Defense Force to support the law enforcement and regulatory agencies of Guyana in such operational activities. According to the Army, such support is normal, especially at this time as part of Operation Dragnet.
There has always been a pattern of joint service collaboration between the defense force and the police force, and whenever the need arises, the police force can call on the defense force for assistance. This has taken place, over the last 60 years when the British troops were here. There's always been joint services. In fact, there's a joint operations center, JOC. So joint operations are part of the, if you want to call it, the DNA of the two forces.
Even to put civilians under surveillance by the military?
The defense force and police force are responsible for state security.
President David Granger was asked whether a probe would be conducted into the circumstances surrounding the death of Pyle and others.
Well, the chief of staff has examined the information. I don't think it requires a full probe because Sergeant Pyle was on an official mission at the time, and it was quite an unfortunate accident in which 3 persons died. So we certainly regret the loss of life, but I don't see that there's need for a probe at the present time. But if, after discussion with the chief of staff, he feels such a probe is justified, once the soldier dies, he will conduct an internal probe, and I believe that is adequate. I don't know if that has been done. If it has not been done, I would certainly ask that that be done, but I don't think that it needs to go wider than that.
The Nissil Head was sent on leave following an audit of Nissil and the launching of an investigation. Nightly News was able to confirm that the surveillance of Brassington's home came after persons were seen removing documents from the Kingston property.